Britain is in mourning tonight following the death of Queen Elizabeth, the longest-serving monarch in British history. This is a live scene outside of Buckingham Palace right now. It is 4 a.m. in London, and the sun will rise in a few hours with a king on the throne. Thursday night, and the big story on Action News is the death of Queen Elizabeth at the age of 96. She passed away at Balmoral Castle, her estate in Scotland, where she had been on summer break. The royal family rushed to her side after her health took a turn for the worse. She was last seen in public on Tuesday when she swore in UK's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. Her 73-year-old son, Prince Charles, immediately became king. His Majesty officially took the name King Charles III. The changing of the guard comes at a fraught moment for Britain, which has a brand new Prime Minister and is grappling with an energy crisis, double-digit inflation, and the fallout from Brexit.
Through thick and thin, Queen Elizabeth II provided us with the stability and the strength that we needed. She was the very spirit of Great Britain, and that spirit will endure.
The Queen's funeral will take place 10 days from now, following a national period of mourning, and it will likely be held at Westminster Abbey. Queen Elizabeth's reign over Britain began on February 6, 1952. She was married for more than 73 years to Prince Philip, who died last year at the age of 99. In her private life, things weren't always easy. In 1992, 3 of her children's marriages collapsed, and there was a devastating fire at her home in Windsor Castle. In 1997, Princess Diana was tragically killed in a car crash. Queen Elizabeth worked with 15 prime ministers and met with 13 presidents, including President Joe Biden. Through countless public events, she probably met more people than anyone in history. Back here, we have live team coverage of the Queen's passing tonight. Action News reporter Andy McCormick is live at Independence Mall, where the Queen visited when she came to Philadelphia in 1976. But let's begin with Action News reporter Bob Brooks at Philadelphia's airport, getting reaction from international travelers. Bob.
Well, Rick, I can tell you some of the passengers heading back to the UK were in tears. It was that kind of day here at the airport. But I'll tell you what, everyone we spoke with says they are so grateful for everything Queen Elizabeth had done. At 6:40 this evening, a British Airways flight departed Philadelphia International Airport, headed for London Heathrow. Aboard it, plenty of heavy-hearted passengers going home to a United Kingdom without Queen Elizabeth.
She was such a wonderful lady, and she ruled the country for 70 years and led us all in the right direction.
Before Jay Ladderbrook took off for his home in Wales, he says, like the majority of his countrymen, the Queen was the only monarch he's known. And he remembers at a very young age when his father had the privilege of being her personal driver.
My father was a policeman, and one of his duties was to escort the Queen as a driver. So that was pretty monumentous.
And it was something his family was extremely proud of.
He took his job very, very seriously. He didn't interact with her much or anything. He might have tipped his hat or something, but that was it.
Other Britons we spoke with say what they'll miss most was the Queen's ability to unite their country and beyond.
She led the country absolutely marvelous.
In Haddonfield, we were able to stop by the English Gardner gift shop and chat with British-born owner Gary Coleman.
I just think her kind heart, her thoughtfulness, her family. She's very close with the family, obviously. And the people in England just adore her.
And back at the airport, we also spoke with Father James Onyewu from Inverness, Scotland, who says he'll be praying for the future without their Queen.
My prayer is that she rests in peace and the United Kingdom will continue to live. And I say long live the King.
And that is the case now, Rick. Like you already said, the Queen's son Charles is now officially King Charles III. Now reporting live at the airport, Bob Brooks, Channel 6, Action News. Rick.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now let's go to Action News reporter Andy McCormick, who's live at Independence Mall, where the Queen visited during the bicentennial. And Andy, you talked to one person who had the privilege of being the Queen's tour guide that day.
Yeah, and Rick, he said that he was flooded with those memories of her visit in 1976 upon hearing about her death today. Now, the Queen was the first sitting monarch to visit the city of Philadelphia. She came here to Independence Hall just days after the bicentennial.
I got to meet an awful lot of people. Queen Elizabeth II is near the top of the list.
Hobie Cawood remembering a once-in-a-lifetime experience at Independence Hall when he gave Queen Elizabeth a tour. Cawood was the superintendent of Independence National Historic Park. The year was 1976, the date July 6th. Afterwards, Cawood met with the Queen and Prince Philip aboard their yacht, Britannia.
How comfortable it was. You know, the Queen of England is could be an intimidating person, but when you meet her and she comes over as a friend.
Then later a dinner at the Art Museum, where again Cawood interacted with Her Highness.
My wife and I were talking to someone else. Someone touched my elbow, and I turned around, and there she was. And she says, "My, you look quite different tonight." I was in a tuxedo instead of my National Park Service uniform.
A lot of electricity in the air.
Also there that day, Helene Mayazel Lawton. She was at the same event. The Queen gifted this bell to the United States. In 2013, the same bell was moved to make way for the Museum of the American Revolution. 19-year-old Lawton, then a student at Temple, worked with the Park Service alongside her father. She was tasked with holding open the door for Queen Elizabeth.
I can close my eyes and I can see her walking up the steps into Independence Hall. I can see the white gloves they made me wear, you know, and I can see myself, you know, opening the door.
And Rick, Hobie tells us what's also incredibly special is 2 years prior to the Queen's visit here to Philadelphia, he actually gave her sister, Princess Margaret, a tour of Independence Hall. When the Queen arrived here, she had a message from Margaret for Hobie. Additionally, that bell that she gifted to the United States upon her visit here to Philadelphia currently is in storage, but is expected to have a new home soon. For now, reporting live along Independence Mall, Annie McCormick, Channel 6 Action News. Rick.
All right, Annie, thank you. In Washington, D.C., flags are flying at half-staff at the White House and the U.S. Capitol in honor of the Queen. Tonight, President Biden stopped by the British Embassy to pay his respects and signed the Queen's condolence book.
I had the opportunity to meet her before she passed, and she was an incredibly gracious and decent woman.
Biden also called Queen Elizabeth a steadying presence and a source of comfort and pride for generations of Britons. Well, across the pond over Buckingham Palace today, a double rainbow was spotted in the sky just as the news spread that the Queen had passed. Well, these photos from the Press Association show crowds looking up at the colorful sky as the rain clouds cleared. Go to 6abc.com for continuing coverage of the Queen's passing. You'll find updates as the world reacts to her death, along with a detailed look at what's next for the monarchy. You can also take an in-depth look back at the Queen's visit to Philadelphia in 1976.